This doll knows your baby's name before you do. The first time it happened, no one noticed, not really. It was 1987 in Prague, a city of cobblestone streets and flickering gas lamps. An antique dealer, his shop cluttered with yellowed lace and tarnished silver, sold a single porcelain doll to a young couple. It was small, no bigger than a newborn, with delicate hands that seem almost alive, fingers curled as if waiting to be held. Its painted blue eyes were startlingly bright against the faded silk of its dress, the fabric so old it crumbled at the edges when touched. The dealer had found it in an attic near the Charles Bridge, buried beneath a pile of moth-eaten blankets. He told the couple it was from the late 1800s, though no one knew for sure. They took it home, placed it on a high shelf where the afternoon light caught its glossy gaze, and then, like so many things in life, they forgot about it, until the night the wife woke to a sound. 3 a.m., the hour when the world feels suspended between one day and the next. She sat up, her pulse hammering in her throat, the sheets damp with sweat. There it was again, a whisper. Not from the hallway, not from the street below, from the doll. She turned her head slowly, as if moving too fast might make it stop. The voice was soft, childlike, barely louder than her own breath. She leaned closer, her heart pounding so hard she thought it might crack her ribs. And then it spoke. A name, not hers, not her husband's. A name she had never heard before, yet it settled into her bones like something she'd always known. She fumbled for a scrap of paper, scribbled it down in the dark, and then, exhausted, fell back asleep. 3 years later, she gave birth to a daughter. The name on that scrap of paper, the same. Here's the thing, the doll wasn't done. The night before the baby's birth, it vanished from the shelf. The couple searched the house, under beds, behind curtains, in the back of closets. But it was gone. They assumed it had been stolen, though the door had been locked, the windows shut. Then, 2 weeks later, the husband walked into a different antique shop across the city. And there it was, the same doll, sitting on the same spot on the shelf, as if it had never left, as if it had simply waited. He didn't buy it, but someone else did, and that's when the pattern began. Every family who owned the doll had a child named what it whispered. Every time, the doll disappeared the night before the birth, slipping away like a shadow at dawn. Every time, it reappeared in another shop, its blue eyes gleaming under the dim glow of a single bulb, its silk dress just a little more frayed. No one connected the dots, not at first. The stories were too strange, too scattered. A whisper in the night, a name no one recognized, a doll that moved on its own. But in 1999, a journalist named Tomas decided to investigate. Tomas was skeptical. He'd heard the rumors-hushed conversations in Prague's back alleys, dealers exchanging glances when the doll was mentioned, stories passed between collectors like forbidden secrets. But he didn't believe in curses. He believed in facts, so he tracked it down. It took him months. He followed leads from shop to shop, his notebook filling with names and dates. He interviewed families who'd owned it, their voices hushed, their hands trembling as they recounted the night they'd heard the whisper. He dug through old records, yellowed receipts, faded letters. And then, one afternoon, he found it. There, in a dusty corner of a shop near Old Town Square, beneath a pile of chipped teacups and rusted keys, the doll. Its blue eyes fixed on him as if it had been waiting. He bought it. That night, he set up a recorder. The doll sat on his desk, its porcelain face glowing in the lamplight, its painted lips slightly parted, as if it were about to speak. Tomas turned off the lights, the room plunging into darkness. He waited. For hours, nothing. The only sound was the hum of the recorder and the distant drip of rain against the window. Then, just after midnight, the machine picked it up, a faint, breathy whisper. A name. Tomas played it back, his fingers shaking. He didn't recognize it, but he wrote it down anyway, the ink bleeding into the paper like a wound. 3 years later, his wife gave birth to a daughter. The name he'd recorded, the same. But here's where the story gets worse. Tomas never got to meet his child. The night before the birth, he was driving home from the hospital, the roads slick with rain, the headlights cutting through the dark like knives. His wife was in labor, the contractions coming faster now. He was thinking of names, of first steps, of all the things he would teach his daughter. Then the car skidded, the world spun, and just like that, he was gone. His wife named their daughter the name from the recording. The doll, it vanished from their home that same night, as if it had never been there at all. It's still out there. Antique dealers in Prague say it appears every few years. Always the same doll, its blue eyes a little duller, its silk dress a little more threadbare, but unmistakable. Always the same whisper, soft as a sigh, slipping into the dark like a secret. Always the same outcome. Some dealers refuse to sell it. They lock it away in back rooms, their voices dropping to a whisper when they speak of it. Others don't know what they're holding until it's too late, until they hear the voice in the night, until they write down the name, until the doll disappears, only to reappear somewhere else, waiting. Would you listen if it whispered to you?